In the wake of an EMP attack on U.S. soil, the potential crisis scenario looms large and ominous. The chaos that follows the declaration of martial law sets the stage for civil unrest, thrusting ordinary families into a world of uncertainty and danger. An EMP, or electromagnetic pulse, is a burst of electromagnetic radiation that can severely disrupt or destroy electrical grids and electronic devices. Such an attack could plunge entire regions into darkness, stripping away the modern conveniences and communication systems upon which society heavily relies. The immediate aftermath would be a scramble for resources, with panic and fear driving civil unrest as people struggle to secure food, water, and safety. Understanding this scenario is crucial for families aiming to prepare for the worst. The significance of recognizing the possibility of an EMP attack lies in its potential to disrupt every facet of daily life. Without preparation, families could find themselves vulnerable to shortages and societal breakdowns. History offers some perspectives, such as the widespread looting and disorder seen during major blackouts, or more dramatically, the prolonged power outages after the Puerto Rico hurricane, which highlighted the fragility of our infrastructure and the desperation that can arise in its breakdown. Opinions among experts emphasize the importance of individual preparedness. Governmental bodies recommend having 3 days' worth of emergency supplies. Many survivalists argue for a more robust, long-term approach, anticipating weeks or even months without public services. This preparedness mindset encourages families to stockpile non-perishable foods, purify water sources, and acquire self-defense tools. However, the mere discussion of such scenarios is not without its challenges. Critics may argue that focusing too much on such doomsday scenarios can incite unnecessary panic and fear. Others might contend that the likelihood of an EMP attack is low compared to natural disasters or other crises. There are also diverse opinions regarding the best methods for self-defense, with some advocating for firearms, while others recommend non-lethal alternatives or emphasize community cooperation as a primary strategy. This understanding of the potential crisis scenario directly influences the broader conversation around preparedness. It underscores the necessity of having a plan in place that involves every family member, ensuring unity and resilience in times of crisis. Recognizing the gravity of such situations not only prepares families physically, but also fosters psychological readiness, equipping them to face the unknown with courage and clarity. An electromagnetic pulse, EMP attack, is a burst of electromagnetic radiation that can disrupt or destroy electronic equipment and electrical infrastructure over a wide area. An EMP can result from the detonation of a nuclear weapon at high altitudes or from specific non-nuclear devices. The immediate effects of an EMP are catastrophic, potentially leading to the failure of power grids, communications, transportation systems, and crucial infrastructure. Understanding EMP attacks and their impacts is vital because they could trigger widespread civil unrest, particularly in a scenario where martial law is declared. Families must grasp the magnitude of such an event to adequately prepare and safeguard their lives. The significance of understanding EMP attacks lies in the societal chaos that can ensue when daily conveniences vanish. Imagine the sudden absence of electricity, telecommunication, and transportation. When people can't access the internet, use credit cards, or even rely on word of mouth due to communication breakdowns, fear and confusion can quickly spiral into unrest. Preparation means the difference between chaos and a semblance of stability for families who can sustain themselves amidst the crisis. World examples underscore this potential. The Carrington event of 1859, a massive solar storm, demonstrated how an EMP-like event could disrupt technology, even when that technology was as simple as telegraphs. Another case is the United States government's congressionally mandated EMP Commission, which has repeatedly warned about the vulnerabilities of the nation's electrical grid to EMP attacks. These examples show the feasibility of such threats and highlight the importance of being informed. Experts emphasize the need for resilience, arguing for individual and community preparedness to mitigate EMP impacts. Critics, however, point out that the likelihood of an EMP attack is low, suggesting that widespread panic and resource allocation might be better spent elsewhere. This perspective raises the question of weighing potential threats against current, tangible issues. Understanding EMP attacks connects directly to other aspects of family preparedness, such as stockpiling food and water, securing supplies, and planning for self-defense. As families recognize the potential for long-term power outages and communication failures, they are prompted to create comprehensive plans that address immediate survival needs and long-term resilience. By anticipating the repercussions of an EMP, families can begin to forge paths towards sustainability and security in a world where normalcy has been disrupted. Martial law represents a drastic measure where military authority temporarily replaces civilian government, often invoked in emergencies such as war, natural disasters, or civil unrest. In the context of an EMP attack on U.S. soil, martial law implies a suspension of ordinary law and the imposition of direct military control over essential functions. This scenario profoundly impacts daily life, altering routines, limiting freedoms, and challenging the fabric of society. Understanding these implications is critical, especially for an average family aiming to navigate and survive such a crisis while maintaining unity and safety. One significant consequence of martial law is the curtailment of civil liberties. Curfews, restrictions on movement, and suspended rights are common, fundamentally altering daily life. For example, after Hurricane Katrina, law enforcement imposed stringent measures to control looting and violence, showcasing how martial law might manifest in real-world situations. Another example is the imposition of martial law in the Philippines during the late 20th century, which led to widespread changes in governance and societal structure, profoundly affecting the lives of ordinary citizens. Many experts argue that martial law can stabilize chaotic situations by restoring order and protecting citizens. Proponents suggest it offers a framework for rebuilding critical infrastructures disrupted by an EMP, ensuring that essential services like food and water distribution can continue. However, critics worry about potential abuses of power, loss of freedoms, and the indefinite nature of such military oversight. Challenges associated with martial law include the potential for human rights abuses, erosion of trust in government, and the societal strain from extended military dominance. There are concerns about equipping military personnel with policing powers and the impact on community relations. Additionally, alternative viewpoints suggest that empowering local communities and investing in resilient strategies might be more effective than resorting to martial law. The implications of martial law are intrinsically linked to the broader theme of preparation and survival. Its enforcement affects access to resources, the effectiveness of self-defense strategies, and the psychological resilience of families. Preparing for martial law means understanding its possible restrictions and planning accordingly, ensuring sufficient supplies, communication strategies, and mental readiness. This approach can empower families to not only survive, but also maintain their integrity and solidarity in the face of adversity. Ultimately, martial law shapes the landscape in which an average family must operate, influencing every aspect of their survival strategy during an EMP-induced crisis. In the scenario of martial law following an EMP attack on U.S. soil, essential food and water preparations for extended periods become paramount for family survival. This concept involves stockpiling and managing necessary provisions that can sustain a household when traditional supply chains and resources are disrupted. The significance of this point is critical as it addresses the basic need for sustenance, which becomes even more vital when facing prolonged periods without access to grocery stores or clean water sources. Preparing an adequate supply of non-perishable foods, such as canned goods, dried beans, and rice, alongside water purification systems or stored bottled water, can help a family endure the dire circumstances that follow such a catastrophic event. For example, a family might stock up on high-energy food bars and freeze-dried meals, which offer long shelf lives and require minimal preparation. In addition, investing in a reliable water filtration system, like a gravity-fed water purifier, ensures access to clean drinking water when municipal systems are down. Such preparations are not only practical, but have been essential in real-world situations, as seen with families in regions affected by natural disasters like hurricanes, where similar disruptions to food and water supplies occur. Supporters of this preparation strategy argue that taking proactive steps to secure food and water mitigates panic and desperation, allowing families to focus on other crucial survival aspects, such as safety and communication. However, challenges arise in terms of storage space and the financial burden of acquiring supplies. Some critics may argue that reliance on stockpiling fosters a culture of fear and scarcity mindset, proposing community-based resource sharing as a more viable solution. Nevertheless, the preparation of essential food and water is intrinsically linked to other survival strategies. It reduces vulnerability, providing families with the security needed to remain focused on self-defense and maintaining their unity during chaos. By ensuring that their nutritional and hydration needs are met, families are better equipped to face the broader implications of civil unrest, including potential displacement or the necessity to devise long-term survival plans. In essence, comprehensive preparation is integral, as it lays the foundation for resilience and adaptation in the face of adversity, reinforcing the main goal of withstanding the crisis as a cohesive unit.